up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, July 31st, the last day of the month. Hope you all are having a wonderful weekend wherever you're at in the world. And thank you for your patience as I just returned from Otakon this weekend. In this reaction, we'll be reacting to the 5th episode of the 2nd season of Rent a Girlfriend. The title of today's episode is Birthday and Girlfriend. So if you watched my last reaction, you'll know that last week's episode was awful. And by awful, it had nothing to do with Ruka, because Ruka was magnificent. First, despite how awful last week's episode was, kudos to my girl Ruka. There were even people who do not like Ruka that were very happy overall with how she at least was presented. You know, she was presented as a relatively reasonable person in last week's episode, and seeming to be the only decent and reasonable person that appeared on screen all last week, from cooking my man food to obviously trying to really make some bonding moments with him. One thing I've continued to say throughout watching this train wreck of a show is that, love her or hate her, Ruka is consistent with her feelings. She is consistent with how she talks, how she thinks, and she's always going to tell you the truth. She's truthful. She's the only one in this fucking show that actually tells the truth. So I'm very, 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 as a Ruka diehard, at least diehard for the purposes of this show, as a Ruka fan, as someone who loves her character, I was really treated to a blessing last week. Unfortunately, between the mommy fiasco in the first couple of minutes of the episode and then Kazuya's absolutely abysmal, atrocious, and trashy presentation in which he brings nothing of value to the table. He was awful last episode. He was absolutely awful. And no, I'm not even going to try to give him an overly amount of credit, because he tried to be a man and be truthful about things in the very end. He's awful. He's spineless. He has no spine. And it's just, throughout last week's episode, one big thing that I have said throughout the duration of watching this series was proved. And what was proved is that all of the other girls, minus Mommy, suffer because of how horrible he is. And it is the writing. He's not really written... Well, he's written in a way where, yes, are there people that exist like Kazuya that truly just have this inability to be able to really talk to people of the opposite sex, of any sex, whatever, whatnot? Yes, there are. But the way he's written is so awful. And he leads these people on, and he doesn't set people straight. Someone like Ruka, you have to set her straight. And yes, he lusts for Ruka for sure. Goodness knows everybody was lusting for her last episode, because, whoo, I was struggling. But the thing at the end of the day is she doesn't stand a chance. And we know this because, yes, his feelings that he has for Chizuru are real. And the feelings Chizuru has for him are real. And I went in on Chizuru at the start of the season, but then I had to backtrack, because what I realized is that, no, even she has opened the door for him to just be honest once. And we could save ourselves from all this heartache and stress, especially from things like what Ruka's having to go through. But alas, you know, what I learned is that Ruka these people have fallen in love and interest with just the wrong person. He brings nothing of value to the table, and he's never consistent with anything he does. He should have sat her down, been courteous and respectful to her during the typhoon situation, make sure she feels comfortable, and actually have a heart-to-heart adult conversation about the situation, and that you have to end things now, because this cannot continue. Yes, Ruka was probably still going to have her petty moments, but with someone like her, you have to nail it in the head at the start. You can't wait. And unfortunately, once again, he had an opportunity to nail this. And, he tried to show promise when he told her that, if I have sex with you, this will be a very regrettable thing. And yes, that was a respectful thing to do. If he hadn't been awful 99% of the rest of the episode, I would have said, damn, that was very commendable. But then, the very next day, he doesn't set it straight that, Ruka, this isn't working, and I want to focus on figuring myself out with Chizuru. Period, point blank. That's what adults do. But that's not how he operates, and that's what we're given as the viewer, and it's just absolutely insufferable and frustrating. So, yeah. But yeah, with this week's episode, I don't know. I haven't seen any snippets of this week's episode because I was at a con, so I'm coming into this week's episode completely blind. And after last week's episode, every time he's on screen, I'm just going to cringe and be sad now. So that's kind of how that is. But before we get started with the episode, this is Rent a Girlfriend reaction. So as is typical, after I scratch the outer part of my ear because my ear itches now. I swear, I don't know what be going on with me. We are going to talk about the reactions, the response from the community for how animes did via Anime Corner and Anime Trending. So I'm going to start with Anime Corner, and then I'll briefly talk about Anime Trending. A big thank you to all those who did respond. Again, this is the official ranking part of this reaction video, so if you do not want to watch any or hear me talk about the rankings this past week, please skip along via the description of the video to the appropriate chapter to start this reaction. So in this week 4 anime ranking for Anime Corner, we had a shakeup. And for the first time all season, Licorice Recoil was dethroned from its #1 spot. It is still in the top 3, but it was dethroned. And we've been talking about this for a little bit now. And, you know, I watched it 2 weeks ago, and here it is. Uncle from Another Road, the isekai, Uncle from Another World. The isekai that has kind of surprised a lot of people with how well it's doing. Just edged out Overlord Season 4 to take the top spot with 7.25% of the votes. Very impressive. So you guys are loving the hell out of that isekai. I haven't personally watched it, nor was it a show that was on my immediate list to watch. Might be something I'll watch after the season's all said and done. But you guys are loving it, and apparently it was loved enough to take the top 1 spot. And #2 was Overlord Season 4, just being edged out by Uncle at 7.23%. Licorice Recoil did come in at #3. It went down 2 spots for the first time all season, dropping from the #1 spot. And Licorice Recoil, I said this the other week, I really regret not reacting to the show. Things are really getting interesting in that show. I'm really worried about some of the revelations we found out about Chisado, and I can't wait to see where the story goes from there, because things look like they're about to get dark really quickly. My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex, again, it's actually went up 1 now. It's been riding out at 5 for the last couple of weeks. It's now in 4. It went up 1 spot with 5.38% of the votes. My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex has been consistently delivering, and it has been consistently better than anything I could have expected out of it this season. As long as they continue with the storytelling that they're doing, I think this is going to be a good watch to the end. In #5, Summertime Rendering, the continuation of the second arc from the spring season. Summertime Rendering did go up 3 spots and is now in the #5 position with 5.29% of the votes. And again, Summertime Rendering has consistently performed both during the spring and the summer, consistently being one of the top 10 shows. You guys are still loving it, and I'm glad that it is continuing to rank as high as it is. In #6, Call of the Night is continuing to maintain its #6 spot with 5.27% of the votes. Call of the Night is a really comfortable show. I watch that show and just feel comfortable. It feels groovy. And, I watch it at night, and it's just such a comforting show to watch. Like, there's no BS happening. Even with our new girl that's there and how they presented her in the last 2 episodes, it's such a cozy show. And I love the way that they're showing this story. It aesthetically is really pleasing. So if you have not started watching Call of the Night, please watch it. It is really aesthetically pleasing. In #7, The Devil Is a Part-Timer has come up big time. It shot right up to the #7 spot with 4.59% of the votes. It's come back up, but it was in the votes, then it went down and it came back up. Obviously, with our little child that we are taking care of now, this show has really started to tug at the heartstrings of all of the viewers. Now, I have not watched the recent episode because, again, I was at a con. I'll probably be watching that later tonight, but you did say it was the #7 for this week. In #8, Classroom of the Elite and Aya Kanoji's continued antics have put it into the #8 spot. It did drop a couple of rankings, but it's fine. It is still continuing to deliver, and it got 4.53% of the votes. When will Ayamu make his move has been consistently, I think, the last 2 or 3 weeks in the #9 spot with 4.30% of the votes this week. And Shadow's House second season came up 5 spots right at the #10 spot with 4.21% of the votes. So this was out of almost 25,000 respondents. We have quite a good number of respondents who are responding now. And I hope that your show did make the top 10 for this. Top 10, again, I hope your show made the top 10. But even if if it didn't, I hope you are enjoying whatever show you are watching this season. So I'm going to go take a quick moment to put some eye drops in my eye, and after I finish that, I'll be right back to start the reaction to trash. All right, and I'm back, y'all. So before we start the reaction, I'm going to give you a weather warning. We are having a very bad weather day here in Virginia, and as I am about to start the reaction, we just had a big bolt of lightning and thunder. So there may be some storm noises in the background. If it is really bad, I will do some noise cancellation to the video and post editing. But in the meantime, we're going to carry on and just hope the power doesn't go out. So with that said, let's go ahead and start this. Episode 5, the title is Birthday and Girlfriend. Let's get this crap fest started in 3, 2, 1. Yes, you should. Because she certainly heard all that foolishness that Ruka did. Oh no. Oh no. Yo, she's so mad. You know damn well she heard all that. Yeah, but you'll never get her because you're too busy BSing around. Then say that to her and ask her out later today. Let's sew some spine now. I don't know. I'm over this episode already. She don't give a damn. Oh. I mean, how would she not hear all that, in fairness? Like, of course she heard that, you donkey. My goodness. But yeah, Ruka had such a good showing last episode. But you know who I'd really like to see some more of now? Sumi! Because again, we don't get nothing from Sumi in this damn show. That's why I keep saying I think that she's in the wrong show. It's about time that we get some more. We only got to see her once in episode 1, and again, that's been it. We'll see how that goes, though. Because now that Ruka's had her time, and Mommy at least has been on screen, Sumi has to be getting ready to appear now. Oh boy. You damn liar. You made everything awkward too. Well, I mean, you shouldn't do that. I mean, you shouldn't be throwing. I swear. Oh my goodness. Go throw the trash away. Go throw the trash away. Yeah, she mad. Now go throw the trash away. Handle your business and then come back and deal with this. I mean, you did. Only positive thing that really happened that episode, I guess. Then say that to her and stop the madness. I don't know. Just maybe finally sit Ruka down or something. I don't know, man. Just be an adult. I mean, you're so just awkward and just not able to do anything. Oh, well, you'll find a way to fuck this up. I am so annoyed already, guys. I just want y'all to know this. Like, I almost dropped the show last week, all kidding aside. Really did. I mean, maybe you would if you would stop all the BS and actually take more time to just talk and pay attention to her since that's who you're interested in. I mean, yeah. Like, literally. Or you could just go knock on the fucking door. I swear on my life. Oh, it's for Sumi. Oh, okay. Oh, so it is Sumi. Okay. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. I thought he rented her out for... Look at her! Right after I talked about her! Welcome back, Sumi. I love you so much. I wish we saw you more. All that damn yelling. Sumi's like, I swear. She's such a precious person. You're in the wrong show, my girl. But it's nice to see you again. Or just, or just be like, hi, how are you doing? Or, something normal. Yeah, let's not do that. Y'all, these people, I swear. I mean, we have to have someone normal since the rest of y'all ain't normal for nothing. I don't even want you disgracing my girl. Don't take no pictures with her. Sumi is absolutely stunning. All kidding aside, I love her look in this episode. Aww. Wasted on him, but that's nice. Her voice actor has such an easy job. Ah! Yeah, so just be normal too. And she is. This is true. Now we need you to make some progress while we're at it. And we've only been saying that for a season and a half now. You ain't talked about this yet to her? You know, you have not. She doesn't know either. Oh my goodness. Oh! Ah! Do not hurt my girl feelings, you useless piece of trash. I'm surprised he translated that. I mean, let's not do that. No, because he'd make that awkward as hell. You could do that, but you're just so awkward. Here we go again, and right here we go again. Right after he said he's going to move forward too. I mean, and that's nice, but Nani? She's literally made 4 words and like 50 sound effects. It's wonderful. Well, what are we going to the roof for? Sorry. Aww. I think she's just enjoying her time. It probably doesn't even have anything. It's possible, but just enjoy yourself, please, and thank you. And let Sumi be great. Also, after Worlds and Domination, Power Ranger stuff is just has me completely weak now. Oh, oh, so you here, huh? Yeah. Ah. Aww. Rent a fighter. I swear, we gotta get the rent word out of your vocabulary, Chisler. We need to move you from to a permanent thing. Yes, we know you respect her, which you said multiple times. So actually act on that and stop wasting her time. What is Sumi? I really want to know what she'd be thinking about. I swear. Oh, Sumi! I really want Sumi more. Maybe if just a tad bit more talking, but I want her on screen more. Please don't tell me she's gonna fall for him too, though. Because I don't need that. I don't need anyone else falling victim to this man. Damn, nope. Oh no! Oh no! No, 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 Sumi, don't. Please don't. Please don't, Sumi. Okay, I'm gonna hope Oh shit. Please don't tell me. Shut up. Don't say a word. Let her figure this out. And you just be quiet. Because trust me, I'm gonna yell at her if what's about to be said is about to be said. She's gonna plan for that. Oh, sue me, please. I don't want you getting too close to this man. I I've never been so conflicted. I don't want you getting. Oh, please don't let it actually be like. Oh no. I mean, just get her something somewhat decent. You could take her out to eat. You could just go for a walk or just be honest about your feelings. Like, oh, we get to hear her voice in the dialogue like this. Oh. Then please say that to her. I'm sorry. Again, my girl Chizzer would be smoking though. I tell you. But what awkward things are you gonna do to show her how he appreciates her birthday? Yeah, don't let it get you down. Tell you, being frustrated about losing out on something you shouldn't have lost out on and being a decent person, I understand the struggle. Oh, he left it on the balcony. Okay. Box of it about. Pickled plum? Ah! The hell are you supposed to do with that? Like, yeah. Well, I guess all things considered, that was probably the nice and appropriate way. Him not even be on screen to say anything, just leave the gift and walk away. I think that was done well. One of the few smart things he's done this entire season so far. Man, the showcase was definitely Sumi though. Hmm, she's so precious. Stop wiggling on the fucking floor like a moron. I swear. He'd be the awkward person to say some mess like that in person too. Booze and girlfriend. Oh, well, that's terrible. We don't need him having any alcohol around any of these girls. It'd be absolutely moronic and ridiculous. Okay, so not as frustrated as I was last week, so I'm going to breathe. And now I'm going to talk. So, Sumi. I had said at the start that I was feeling in my soul that we needed more Sumi, that it was time for Sumi to reappear on the screen. And again, with no working knowledge of the episode, I did not know that that was going to be answered in the way that it was. Also, I completely forgot anything that I saw in last week's preview for this episode. So I completely forgot about the Power Ranger thing coming up. And that also means I forgot that Sumi was also going to be probably on screen. So when I go back to watch the last episode, I will probably have realized by the time this video is up for y'all to see that it already shown Sumi. But either way, Sumi was back on screen. I was very happy about that. Sumi is a precious child. She is wonderful. No, she's an adult. But she's precious though. She's a precious woman that is doing her very best to break through this issue. And honestly, my friend was actually saying this to me, and I kind of agreed. I think Sumi did belong more on a show like Comey Can't Communicate or something like that. Holy hell, can you imagine her and Comey together in the same show? What a wreck that would be. But Sumi is absolutely adorable. She absolutely was adorable and precious this episode. And she is a cute girl. Like I said, she is aesthetically really pleasing. She had a beautiful outfit and a wonderful performance despite the very limited vocal interactions that we actually had with her. I mean, she was even typing stuff out like we would have Comey with her writing stuff. So it was so adorable. And of course, you can leave it to Kazuya to try to find a way to make that as awkward as possible throughout all that interaction. However, my biggest concern is I'm hoping Sumi has not developed feelings for him. I know that she is obviously very happy that he's given her this chance to kind of break out of her shell and, be a decent person to her on dates. And he is a good person to her on dates. And, he does do his best to be considerate. I mean, crap, he's more decent with her than he is when he's on dates with freaking Chizuru. And then, of course, Ruka, he has no attachment to Ruka outside of lust. So I just wish he'd deal with that quickly. But I will say, I'm hoping we are not going to have a problem with Sumi, because I don't want him touching Sumi whatsoever. I don't want him anywhere near her, quite frankly. I know for the context of the show, he's going to be near her. So I just kind of have to accept and get over it. But I'm hoping that Sumi's not developing something, because if she is, we're going to need to nip that in the bud incredibly quickly. But she had a wonderful appearance. The entire thing was very pleasing. And then, of course, we got to see Chizuru be in the great Power Ranger World Domination 2.0 presentation here through the midway point of the episode. So with that said, this episode went better than last week. I'm not, venting I'm not as heated as I was at the end of last episode, but the last episode, for obvious reasons, had a lot of us very heated and feeling certain ways about the episode. And all I can say now at this stage is, once again, Kazuya just has to start being decisive with what he does. He's told us multiple times this episode he loves her. Okay, then actually figure out a way of how you're going to, in as normal a way as possible and as creative a way as possible without making yourself look like a complete ass, just sit down with her and start being truthful, slowly but surely, with your feelings. And you start this by getting the Ruka situation reeled in very quickly so that this does not continue. And actually, it's already too late now, so it's gonna be messy, but you need to get this done sooner than later before you continue down this rabbit hole that you can't recover from. Because the worst that could happen is that he loses everyone. Sumi distances from him, Chizuru distances from him, and Ruka distance from him. And then he loses everyone. And that's what's going to happen if he doesn't get this situated and dealt with really quickly. He needs to take decisive action. He needs to be a man. He needs to be an adult about this situation. And like I said, we are not watching a show revolved around high schoolers. We are watching a show revolved around adults. And I need adult decisions to be made in order for my opinion to even marginally improve of him, which of course means that my opinion of the show would marginally improve with that. So, yeah, but not too much to say this week. It was a good episode. I love seeing Sumi on screen, and I'm interested to see after this whole birthday gift saga what's going to come up in the next episode that revolves around alcohol, which means next week's episode is going to be a train wreck. So, but until that time, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction, enjoyed the episode. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to the episode. And if you want to be one of the first to be notified when a new reaction becomes available, hit the bell icon. So next week is a very unique circumstance. As I said previous week. My second trip will be coming up. I will be in Montreal for Otakuthon, and I am really looking forward to meeting a bunch of people. I'm actually returning to the photography world. So for those of you who do not know, I am a professional photographer, but I took a break during the pandemic, and I have finally returned under a new name, Elliott Studios. So if you'd like to actually check out some of my photography content, please consider going to the elliottstudios.com website. Or you can check my Facebook or Instagram page when I start posting stuff back to those profiles. But I will be soft returning to my photography duties for the Otakuthon event. I'm really looking forward to meeting some really awesome new people there. And I'm looking forward to the event and for overall my first time in Montreal. So I will be delayed with reactions again, but I promise you I will get the reactions up as quickly as I possibly can. But until that time, I'll catch you later.